Okay, so that was the dinosaur guy that was just really fucking cool. Oh, sometimes camps leave out like places to lie down and sleep or whatever. They just let the public use them. They're just out like on the frontage of their campsite. This was one of them that was like next door to ours. And you could sleep there whenever you wanted. And a lot of people make use of those. Like I showed you that acorn thing out there. You could go out there. If you wanted to just sleep out there one night, you could absolutely do that. Just go out there, bring a pillow and lay down and just go to sleep if you wanted to. But I took a picture of this because this is Kevin, our new bestie. And the reason why we knew it was Kevin, who this is like early in the morning. It was like 7:30 in the morning. He had slept out there all night and he had cocooned himself up to keep the dust out of his face. But we knew it was him because he had hurt his toe. I don't remember how, like something dropped down under, he pinched it or something, but he had hurt his toe earlier in the night. So we knew it was him. And I was like, yep, that's our buddy Kev. He got his toe. He got toes a little crunched early on. Did you get to see Grizz? I didn't. God damn. That's one of the things about Burning Man that everyone understands. If you make plans out there, don't get used to people holding up their end of the plans. Like, we're going to meet out here. You wait for them for like 5-10 minutes. If they're not out there, you just go without them because they found something else to do, or often than not. And you just accept that. And no one's mad. That's the best part is no one gets mad because afterwards like, oh, sorry I didn't meet you. And they're like, don't worry about it, man. We had a great time. Did you have a great time? Yeah, I did. Okay, good. Everybody's happy. It's fine. Can you guess? We were driving by and guess who yelled, take a picture of me in front of this? Some slut. No, it wasn't me this time. It was just some random slut said, take a picture of me in front of the slut garden sign. But yeah. Yeah, and these are the bikes. This is a good picture of the bikes we used. These are those big old like motorcycle tire bikes that are just fucking glorious out there. Because out on the playa, it's mostly like flat, hard earth, like dust earth. But there are parts of it, lots of little, what we have dubbed dust puddles, where it's like little sections where it's just like loose dust has gathered. And without a big wheel bike, those things are fucking hellish to pedal through. But thankfully, getting a good bike has made those negligible, which is nice. But I fucking, for the first 5 years, like I said, I used used bikes. I got pawn shop bikes. They're like, oh, they're gonna get fucked up anyway. No more. I got a nice bike that I'm gonna take out there every year, and those fucking things are great. E-bikes, yes, e-bikes are allowed. E-bikes, one wheels, if you know what one wheels are just like they say. There's one wheel in the middle, and you step the wheels right here, and you put your feet on either side of them. Or, oh no, it's this way. The wheel is like this, and you put your feet on either side, and you go like that. They're electric. No, one wheels aren't illegal. No, but they have to, e-bikes, anything that's not man-powered or human-powered. You have to obey the rules of anything that is motorized. And the rules are 10 miles per hour tops. You cannot go faster than that. If you're pedaling your bike, you can definitely go faster than that. That's totally fine. But if you are on an electric vehicle of any kind, any size, you cannot go faster than 10 miles an hour. Yes, it's like a skateboard with a wheel in the middle. Exactly. Yeah. Do you have to bring your own generator? No, you don't have to bring a generator at all. It's nice to have one though. Especially if you have stuff you want to charge, like your phone. If you use your phone to take pictures, it's nice to have a generator out there that you can plug in and charge your shit. I bring a generator out there for the last 2 years, I brought a generator out there, and it's been a lifesaver. Lifesaver. It's been a super, super great convenience. So every once in a while, I'll fire it up for an hour or two, charge my shit, charge other people's stuff. And they're super thankful for it because a lot of people don't, they bring their phones or their cameras out there. But you can also use the generators, a lot of generators out there. You don't have to have them, but they're nice. If you bring an e-bike though, or something of that nature, you probably want to bring a generator out there or have a camp or camp in a place that has a generator because you need to recharge them sometime. Unless you bring like 10 extra batteries that are already full, which seems a little clunky. Solar panels are big out there too. Yeah, solar panels are absolutely huge out there because the sun, as you might imagine, out on that dry desert lake bed is really hot and it really does well. Like solar generators really do well out there, but they can only do so much. A gas generator is still far more powerful and more reliable than a solar generator. But for little things like fans or, whatever, like charging up little devices, they're great for that. But for recharging an entire big like e-bike battery, you're going to want a generator for that. Anyways, moving on. Oh, speaking of random sluts, she was just driving by, she's like, do you mind if I get in your picture? And Katie was like, no, get in the picture. So this random slut drove by him. She was like, I'm in the picture, yay! Do I still ride my Harley? No, I haven't ridden it in years. It's still in storage in Montana. My brother still lives in our old house. So my Harley is up there still. So I haven't come back up there to bring it back down here yet. Hey, look! 2 more random sluts! Disruptive Goblin, thank you for 46 months. It's a goddamn slut fest. And if you're asking how you plant a slut garden, this is how you do it. You start with 1 slut and let that slut seed. And then pretty soon you have 2 sluts and then 4 sluts. And then it just goes from there. Okay, now this was a fucking sick art installation. This was like a sunken, broken ship in pieces with like a sea serpent and a crow's nest. This was really fucking cool. Yeah. And well, yep, this was a picture from the bow, I think is what it's called. Maybe not, but wherever the captain or the person steers the boat. Yeah. And then I think I took pictures from the inside, but yeah, that's a better picture of the sea serpent. And you can look how fucking big it is, man. Like, these are people like this for scale. It's fucking huge, dude. This was the inside, and it was so weird because this guy is standing straight up because the whole cabin is tilted that way. So it really like gives you like a little bit of vertigo, like getting in the cabin of the ship. But also there's like all kinds of little like knickknacks in there, like, like old looking bottles, old looking maps, like old looking chandeliers. And then like there's these things on the wall. Greetings, citizens, subjects, sailors, and slaves of this fair port city, safe haven from storm. Lend us your ears, look us in the eye, and we will tell a magical tale, and for you amazing feats perform. We also invite the same of you to tell us your tales, show us your treats. We will listen and we will watch, and then perhaps we shall all dance, for we come in peace and would leave in wonder, each of the other. And I'm not sure if that was actually something or they just made it up or whatever. Yeah. 2 reasonable guys, hello! You can call me Zeke on Twitch if you want. That's my name on Twitch. I know Katie doesn't use my Twitch name very often, but yeah, Zeke is good. And then I climbed this thing. It doesn't look very high, but like climbing this treacherous fucking ladder, like it's a really treacherous, like it sways back and forth. It's fucking ridiculous. And I think if someone fell off, that's what they fell off of. Oh, that's me. Hey, there I am in my, my like satin, I don't know, kimono top or whatever. Oh, and Katie's taking these pictures. But eventually, I start climbing up. Oh, this guy, like, instead of going up into the crow's nest, he just climbed high enough to slide down the pole. There I am, going up. And there I am. Oh, it looks like I'm not wearing it. I have shorts on, I promise. But there I am up in the crow's nest, and it's... Sorry, I got distracted by something. I forgot and just noticed that was in the picture. But yeah, so it's, I don't know, what do you think that is? Like 6, 12, 18, like it's like 20 feet in the air, man. It scared the shit out of me, especially because the ladders, they wobbled. They went like that. They didn't flip all the way over, but they definitely wobbled a lot. So that was pretty fucking scary for yours truly. I wonder if this was a mistake or we took this picture on purpose. But I mean, this does give you a close-up view of what the ground is like out there. It's mostly hard earth. Welcome to Earth. It's hard earth, covered by a thin layer of dust at all times. There's me coming down. Oh yeah, so Katie took that picture in the middle of taking pictures of me climbing up and down the crow's nest. And that's one of nothing but the sky, I want to say. Yep. Oh, and they had little buried treasures like around the thing. I'm sending you a Silk Kaido Yakuza style button-up shirt. Oh, thank you, Not Enough Gun. I will keep an eye on it. I will head over there. Sooner rather than later, probably. Now, what is this? Oh, this was the juxtaposition of booty and booty. Now, she's wearing underwear under this, by the way. So she's not naked. This is not naked. She is wearing underwear. You can see the red right there. Yeah, and the treasure chests were filled with just little weird random knickknacks and like skulls and antlers and shit like that. There's our shadow. Hi. Hello. I like to get the sun in the pictures. Yeah, he is cute. Oh God, okay. So at the front of the boat, I walked around and 3 people looked directly at me and I was like, what? What is going on? I was standing over here coming down this way and they looked at me and they looked at the figurehead on the ship and they were like, I was like, what is going on? They're like, you need to come here. Strangers, absolute strangers. They're like, you need to come here and look at this. And I looked and I was like, holy fuck. It's me, dude. It's fucking me. I'm on the boat. Like, holy shit, dude. But wait, it gets better. It gets even better. Not yet. Wait for it. Fucking profile is fucking insane. The thing is, it's the person, like, who carved it. This is the artist who carved it. So the art, I never met him, but the artist who carved it looks like me somehow. But holy shit, that blew my fucking mind, man. I was like, God damn, look at that profile. Like, there's no denying that. It's so similar, it's fucking crazy. Yeah, it's weird. It's very weird. I don't know. I mean, if you can Google, like, Google foo him, like, and find the artist for, like, the sunken ship at Burning Man boat carver or whatever the fuck. I don't know if you can find him, but I'd love to see his picture. I haven't done any research yet, but good Lord. That's fucking crazy. God damn. It's fucking me, dude. Yeah, that was crazy, man. How much oh, wait. Okay, as you might imagine, there were many artists involved with this project. And most of them are women. But one of them was a dude. And in that picture, he's not there. Oh my God. I think it was John Howell. I think John Howell might be the one that we're looking for. Because the shipbuilding leads, and this is hilarious. One of the shipbuilding leads, her name is Stephanie Shipman. Stephanie Shipman was like the main shipbuilding lead on this fucking thing. Checks out. Yeah, it checks out. But yeah, the shipbuilding leads were Stephanie Shipman, John Howell, and Sinjin Knapp, K-N-A-P-P. So yeah. Yeah, names by Kojima, right? Hilarious. Anyways, yeah, if you can find any pictures of that person who looks like me, I would love to see how close it is. Oh, we took this picture for Rod, apparently. Oh, what's this? Oh, was it Christoph Palmer? Oh, Master of Mechanical Movements, Christoph Palmer. I'm not sure if that was him, but maybe. You think? Oops, damn it. Well, this guy's a huge pompadour, and this guy looks like a shaved head guy. So, not sure. But yeah. I'm a much better fit, yeah. Nameless, thank you for the 54 months. So we took... Did we get closer picture? Oh, Katie just wanted to... Excuse me. John Howell built the crow's nest. Oh yeah, so not him. Yep. Yeah, it doesn't look like him. So it must be some other person. It might be that other guy we saw, the Christopher Palmer. It might be him. Well, there's a video. Yeah. I'm not sure. Here he is. Okay. Okay. That's him. That's it. That's it. That's the one. I'm sure that's the one. Whoops. Damn it. No, not that one. That guy. Yep, that's him. That's him. That's for sure him. Christopher Palmer. Oh, that's just him young. That Maker Faire is him like way younger apparently, because it is the same guy. Okay, but yeah, that's the boat guy. But I do look closer than he does, don't I? Go to the next picture. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's cool. Yep, so that's him. All right, we probably got a lot more stuff to food and thinking and loud. Sorry, what? What were we doing? Oh, right, camera. We're looking at photos, photo reels. Right. Okay, let's keep going. Those mountains are great, right? Those mountains are something else, aren't they? Man, those mountains, they are mountainous. Look at the range on those mountains. Man, I bet those mountains are warm and inviting. They're somehow comforting. And the valleys of those mountains, holy shit. Oh, and these were horses. We were like, oh my God, I wonder if you can ride the horses from across the playa. Like, look at all those horses. I bet you can get on their backs. Nope, you can't. Because guess what? They're made of fucking plywood. They're just painted on one side. Nope. They're like, oh, that's cool. Ah, shit, they're cheap ass like old Western decorations, like set decorations from like 1940s Westerns. Yeah, and the VLC player was recording them the whole time. Yep, I took a closer picture. Like, really? Just plywood cutouts of horses? Like, okay. Cool. So, like I told you, there's camps of all types out there. And one of the camps happened to be an RPG camp. And they made an archway with 20 siders. I thought it would be cool to take a picture. And they're all from Sweden. Right? That's Sweden? The yellow cross on a blue background. Vincent, thank you for gifting a sub to Chris. Yep. I didn't go in or anything, but yeah, if you want to play D&D or what any other myriad of tabletop games, they have it out there. They have Warhammer, they have Dungeons and Dragons, they have Counter-Strike, they have StarCraft, they have fucking like computer and tabletop, Magic the Gathering. They have all the shit, all of it. Some camp has what you're looking for. Of course, I had to stop for this one. I'm like, oh. And they have a spin the wheel for something, but I can't really read it. Object, boundary, random, character. No idea what that is. Oh, you volunteer for the MTG camp? That's awesome. I love it. So Burning Man, is this just a social thing or is it like to get together and drop some acid and vibe together? All of it. All of it, Deebs. So everything you just said, yes. It's not just one thing. It's all of those things. Roller skating. This camp has been coming to Burning Man since forever. And they put out a like flat skating rink and they have skates and you can fucking put on skates and go roller skating out in the middle of the desert. It's fucking awesome. And it is not like riding a bike at all. Skating, you have to fucking, I didn't skate it for 20 something years. At least. I had to relearn it and it's fucking hard. But after a few minutes, you sort of get the hang back into it. You realize like, oh, don't stand up, lean forward, put your weight forward and you'll have a much better time. I fell once. I ate shit one time and it hurt. But I got back up and skated around a little bit. There I am. Thumbs up. Skating. And I'm sure I got a picture of Katie and I. Look at the person in the background. Is she doing lunges? What is she doing? Okay. And there's got to be a picture. There's Katie. There's Katie in her skates. This was a day of like kid stuff. Like we went roller skating, we had snow cones, and we jumped on a trampoline. It was awesome. Burning Man, yes, it still has Thunderdome. Yeah, absolutely it does. Oh, you got the easier ones, the ones that... No, the inline skates, rollerblades, much easier than roller skates. I shit you not. Much easier. Because with rollerblades, you can tip yourself in and put the pressure on the outside. So you can like, vary that way. With 4 on the floor, there's no tilting to get your balance. But they did have rollerblades. I chose the skates though, stupidly. I should have just tried the inlines. She's like, I'm having a great time. Oh, and that shit. Oh my God, my calves. After a half an hour of skating, that's all I had energy for was half an hour of skating because my fucking calves were crying out. Just terribly. Just, oh my God. Like I wasn't winded. I was sore. Oh my God. How big was the area? Let's see. I think the first picture. Yeah, it was, I don't know, it was pretty big. So, I mean, you can see the checkerboard. It was like, I don't know, like 40 by 40, I want to say. Maybe 30 by 30, somewhere around there. It was decent sized. There, we took one together. We tried to like, did you get it? Our legs are up. Put your leg up. I'm trying to keep my leg up. Are you doing it? Are you taking the picture? Our legs are up. Take the picture. Take the picture. Our legs are up. What does it sound like out there? What do you mean? What does it sound like out in the desert? Just out anywhere? Like if you're out, like out here, you barely hear anything except for the sound cams. You hear like across, but like if there's no music playing, you don't hear shit. It's pretty quiet. As far as sex goes, unless you're like walking by a sex camp, like the Orgy Dome or whatever, you don't hear sex noises. People are pretty courteous out there. Like in our camp, people were having sex all the time. Never heard them because it's I mean, like, it's just courteous to not like be in the throes of passion in the middle of, you know, fucking lunch or something. Yeah, there's an Orgy Dome. Yeah. There's a place for having sex with multiple partners. And if you like it, you can go in there. As long as you're not just a solo male. You bring a lady friend, or if it's gay night, you bring your, I'm assuming you can go in there solo if it's gay night or the gay hours. But like, yeah. It's very sex positive out there. Which is nice for those of us who aren't like, oh, Orgy Dome, oh my God, what do you think happens in there? Lots of people have sex with each other. If that's your thing, there's a place for it. But it doesn't just happen on the street, you know? Missionary with manners, copulation courtesy, delicate deep dickings. Yes, exactly, Valen. Valen knows. Yeah. It's great. And but the thing that I really like about it, honestly, is that no one is forcing anything upon you. Like, are there drugs? Copious amounts. Is anyone selling or giving away drugs? No. No. And if you're smart, you don't take anything from anybody that you don't know. Don't do it. Just don't do it. That's how you get dosed. That's how you get bad batches. That's how you get fucked up on accident. And no one wants that. Also, people don't have sex just out in the open. They have sex in their tents or sex in the designated areas that sex is supposed to be had. Like, there is nudity. Yes, lots of nudity. That happens. But a lot of people, like most people, don't have a problem with seeing boobs or butts or dicks just out in the wild. Everybody has body parts. So that is, if you don't like seeing boobs, butts, dicks, that kind of shit, you're gonna have a bad time. Just gonna tell you right now, because they're everywhere. But as far as sex or drugs goes, people are courteous about keeping that to themselves. In the designated areas that you're supposed to do this. Yes, taking drugs that you don't know what they are will end up with you blacking out, losing time, and having naked photos of you in a bathtub. I'm not saying that I know a person who did that on accident thinking that one drug was a different drug, but it does happen out there sometimes. Like, for example, say there was a guy, bearded maybe, handsome obviously, but say there was a guy, hypothetically, in a camp, and he knew that one of the other campers in that camp had little baggies of white powder, which he would offer to people within the camp, not outside the camp. He would offer to within the camp that was some sort of opium derivative, okay? Say he had little baggies of that. And say this hypothetical person that was obviously handsome found one of those baggies on the floor, on the just in the middle of camp on the, like, oh hey, and say that person picked up that baggie and looked for the other person to give it back to them, and they didn't return to the camp for 2 days because they were out probably fucking doing drugs with somebody else. And you know, a couple days went by and he said, you know what, he probably wouldn't mind, he was giving it out anyways. And this hypothetical person took a bunch of that stuff because it wasn't hitting him for some reason. He was like, maybe I'll just take more. And turns out, to this hypothetical person's chagrin, that this was not the opium derivative. It was, how can I put this? Kale is what they like to say out there. It was kale. It was powdered kale. And you take a lot of powdered kale and you have a tendency to lose some time if you take a lot of it. And that's what happened to this person. This person lost probably about an hour and a half of time that they'll never get back, except with pictures. And those pictures of this hypothetical person were of him hypothetically naked. Well, no, not hypothetically naked, but definitely naked in an art exhibit that was just an empty bathtub in the middle of the desert. So that hypothetical person learned a very real lesson about imbibing substances that year. Oh, were you playing in the hose or is it raining? Because you are wet, buddy. You are a wet little man. Who's my wet little man? Who's my wet little... Oh, my wet little girl too. Huh? You know what that bag wrestling is. All right, come on. Come on. Good boy. There you go, good boy. All right, come on. All right, you. Come here. Oh, that's my good girl. Come here. Good job right here. Oh, yeah, it's all good girl. Yeah, it's a good girl. Nom, 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 noms. Yeah, it's good treaties. Oh, yeah. Oh, I missed you. I missed you so much. Did you miss me? Did you love me? No, you don't miss me that much. You just heard the treat bag, didn't you, you little bitch? Anyways. So that was a hypothetical story that never happened. I'm pretty good at making up stuff. Oh. There's a lot of cool flags out there. This was
a friend prep for Burning Man 1 year. It's a bucket list thing for me for sure.
Absolutely, Rand. Absolutely. I thought that I had to take a few to get it right, to get the right picture, but it's just a flag with Jesus kind of peeking out to one side going, I saw that. Yep, exactly like Mr. Tanaka. I saw that. I thought it made me giggle. I thought it was funny. Okay. This is what it looks like when there's an event that a lot of people want to go to out on the playa. I'm glad I got this shot. This was the prep for the Black Rock City Philharmonic. Now, what that means is there's a group, the Black Rock City Choir, that with an orchestra that rehearse for a one-night show on, I think this was on Saturday night, I want to say. Friday night. Now, everybody had brought, like, you bring your bikes, and this is why you do, like, a lot of people do two things. One, bring a fucking bike lock to lock up your shit so no one just rides off on your bike. So lock your bike up. And two, a lot of people have these, like, long, like, things hanging off the back of their bike. Because when it gets dark, your bike gets pretty goddamn hard to find, especially when there are literally hundreds of bikes parked to watch this event. So, this is what it looks like when there's an event. And there are people like, we're up on the ship. They brought art cars out, like all kinds of like things, because back here, this little structure back here, this is where the music was coming from. The Black Rock Choir plus the orchestra was out here, and they did a little performance. And we were out there for a different reason that I'll get to. But yeah, it is fucking astounding. Like, when people gather up, it's just bikes galore. Art cars, bikes, everything. Just gets super crowded.
Welcome back, Zeke. Zeke Love.
JLC, thank you for the 42 months. Tier 3, 42 months, may I say. And let's see.
I want Conor McGregor to fuck my ass.
Do you also want that, JLC? Apparently JP does. I I mean, who doesn't? Yeah. Yep. This is the dragon that I'll show you. I got a good photo of him later. Dragon that's usually out there. His name is Abraxas, and there's actually 3 pretty famous art car dragons that go out there, and this might be the most famous one, Abraxas. But this, you can't really see it from here, but this one is just a huge half or a huge crescent moon. We're looking at like the end of it, but if we turned it 90 degrees, you'd see it's just a big old wire frame, like pipe frame of a crescent moon. It's really cool. Yeah, this is just another picture of just what the crowd looks like when it's at like an event, a really bumping sound vehicle, stuff like that. Yeah, so it gets like, yeah, Il Popo made it this year. Yep, Il Popo was there. Il Popo Magnifico, which is probably the most famous art car mutant vehicle of Burning Man of all time. It's the octopus that has like the eyes that come out and the jaws that go up and down, but the flames that come out of the tentacles. And it's all made out of this like rusty looking metal. It's like probably the most famous art car. Yeah, the mountains. That's what Katie said. She was like, get a picture of the mountains in the background. Because she's got an eye for that shit. But yeah. I took a bunch of pictures of the crowd. Because I wanted you to, like, this is a lot of what Burning Man is like.
Zeke. I hope you had a great time. You were missed. Maybe Zeke haha Zeke love.
Oh, thank you, Zach. Maybe I was missed. Okay, thank you. I'm glad to know that I was sort of, maybe, kind of missed while I was gone. Thank you. But this chick, I didn't snap a picture of her because I didn't get her permission, but like I was taking a picture of the crowd. This chick was like fucking Wonder Woman. She's like what Wonder Woman should have looked like. She was like, she had these beautiful, huge, like perfectly globular tits. She was like buff, stacked, like not like muscle, like bodybuilder, just like Xena warrior princess, just like boosh. Yeah. Yeah. That's who Wonder Woman. That's what I think of when I think of Wonder Woman. And there's us. Oh, and this is my white outfit for White Wednesday, but also for the thing that happened shortly after the Philharmonic was done playing. The reason why all of our camp was out there was not the Philharmonic. That was just a happy accident. The reason our camp was out there because it was wedding time. They were getting a lot of things. A lot of people get playa married out there, which is not a legally binding marriage. It's just, you know, a fun thing to do. It's like a Vegas marriage, but not legal. You know, it's an actual like non-legal fun marriage. But this is our captain and our first mate, Kevin and Link, getting playa married. And oh, that's the moon. There's better pictures. I didn't take as good of pictures, but it was a beautiful ceremony. They had like a little announcer, and they like grabbed some dust off the ground and like put it on their foreheads, like from dust we came to dust we belong. And it was beautiful, and I cried. And then there's that's the half moon I was talking about. I did get a picture of it. Super big, really cool. You can see that from all the way across the playa. Mowage. And this is him the day after. This is the first mate. This is Kevin after the day after their wedding. And he's just tuckered out with a Miller Genuine Draft in his hand. Just a snoozing on the couch. Oh, these next pictures are gonna be bad pictures. But they were tough to take because it was at night and it was really far away. But this is they do drone shows. Some camps do drone shows out there now. It's become a bigger and bigger over the last few years. But they would like spread apart into these little particles, or what look like particles, but then they would come back together and make like, that was like the start of a thing, a pyramid. And then it became this huge robot in the sky, this huge Daft Punk robot with like this fucking pyramid in the middle. These are all drones. Yeah, I think Katie might have taken a video, but I'm not positive. I should have taken a video. I don't know why I didn't. But last year I took a video of the whale. That was awesome. If someone wants to Google Burning Man 2024 drone show, I'm sure there's fucking awesome videos of it, and I would love to see it. If you want to put the link in chat, I fully commend or encourage you to do that. Because these are blurry ass pictures, but it was fucking awesome. Oh, I did take a little bit of a video.
Cool story, bro. Tell it again.
Do you see that? Starts off like that, like little pieces. Like, what is it? What is it? What is it? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? And then it all just goes boom and sinks into place. It becomes this cool moving like dragon, man. Look at that. Ah, so fucking badass. Oh, there you go, Chronicle. Okay. Oh, it's vertical. That's okay. How long is this? 12 minutes. Holy shit. And it forms into one question mark. And it splits up. And you see it becomes like little individual pieces. Hold on, let me pause that. Is this one better? This is more minute 24. But this also has the sound of the playa. This is what it sounds like everywhere. Like, just bumping music all the time. Alien head. Oh, and then, yeah, the eyes turn red, turn different colors. Yeah, the rest of it's pretty much the same, but yeah, let's do that. Let's turn this on. And then let's turn it on 2 times speed. Okay, so this is at double speed. Oh, sorry about my green screen. Yeah, my dog's coming in and out. Sorry, I apologize. But you see, it does that. This is double speed, mind you. And look at that. Like, it's sucking up stuff. Is there any restrictions on who can play loud music? Absolutely none. Not at all. You'll be sleeping fucking soundly in your camp, and a booming fucking art car comes right up the street. You hear it coming too. It's like boom, 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 boom. Yeah, but honestly, after a certain hour, usually, if the art car is going through like the place where people like the streets, not out on the playa. Out on the playa, it's booming almost always. But usually later at night, like 2 or 3 in the morning, they stop doing that. Usually people. Oh, look at that! The robot hands. So fucking cool. Hold on. Let me. There. Zoom in a little for you guys. Oh, it's my mic poking in the frame. Okay. But yeah, usually later at night, they kind of stop roaming the neighborhoods, bumping their shit. Every once in a while, you get some like a bunch of jerk-offs who are like, they do it on purpose. They're like, fuck you, wake up. Boom, 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 boom. But for the most part, they keep it quiet. Roaming through the camps. They turn on, like, once they get past like A or B street, they either lower their volume or turn it off so they can, because they're going back to their camp.
Unbelievable. Thanks for doing what you do, Zeke. You have, and continue to be, my favorite streamer on Twitch.
Oh, Austin, that's so kind of you. Thank you, Austin. Thank you for the fucking 10 years, dude. 10 goddamn years.
Looks like.
Nope.
No.
No. Oh, it's the chair. There we go. My chair got turned around. There we go. Yeah, look at that fucking dragon. Isn't that just fucking amazing? Trying to zoom in as best I can. And then it turns into this water creature of some sort. God damn it, would you fucking hold the camera steady, you shitbag? Yeah, like a phoenix. There you go. Maybe it's phoenix. Yeah, that sounds right. That sounds fucking plausible. Oh, and then this, I think this is the end. And I don't know what this means. 7 a.m. I don't know if they ever explained it. Like, maybe that was their camp address or something. Like, they're at 7 and something or other. But maybe they did something at 7 a.m. and then we just didn't see it. But no, I did not get up at 7 a.m. Are you kidding? Yeah. That was the last bit of the drone show. It was really cool. Really fucking cool. Okay, where were we? There we go. Okay. All right. Let's see. God damn. I can't believe we haven't gone through all the pictures yet. That was just a bad picture. Another bad picture of the drone show. That was a little bit better. Took a lot of pictures. That dragon was so fucking cool. I just used my Pixel camera, but the thing with the problem with taking video out there on the playa is the dust. If the dust is kicking up, it'll catch all the particles of dust. It's not like you can't see it because it's not lit up, but the camera picks up all the dust that's flying through the air. So yeah. So it has trouble focusing on what you wanted to focus on, because the dust is just right in front of the
Oh my god,
lens.
it's Ben Affleck's back tattoo.
My lady's funny. So that was Ben Affleck's back tattoo. That's my girl. She's hilarious. Oh, this was just a cool sculpture. This is not it's human size. It's not huge, but it's just a cool metal sculpture. I was just outside of a random camp. It's not it's the auto brightness control. Okay, maybe that's it then. Oh, I mean, these pictures are mainly, I'm not going to post them on like Instagram or anything. They're just mainly for me and for you guys. So I don't really expect to take professional pictures, but yeah. If you want great pictures, there are tons of influencers that take tons of pictures out there that are really high quality. You can find those. These are just for memories. Who set those hammocks up? Some camp. A lot of camps out there set up public places to rest and relax. This was just a camp that was right next to ours that set up hammocks for anybody to just sit in and relax in. There are camps that have like tents with like pillows and cushions and shit. You know, common areas that you can just walk into and take a break and sit out in the shade. Yeah, I don't fuck with a lot of the settings. Katie does. Her pictures are probably way better than mine. This was a camp next to ours called The Aquarium. And what happens is they have this walled off area. Back here, there's a little curtain and you walk through over here. And you walk through this area and they have like sea creature like hats and outfits and shit like that. And then you are the aquarium. You walk in there and you put on like a squid hat or like a, like a shark hat or something like that. And you become the exhibit. And there's a guy outside that's dressed in like a park ranger outfit, improving stories about what's going on inside of the fucking aquarium. It's great. It's really fun. This is one of those like, oh, like this, the person in the squid hat, like 13 years old, something like that. Just like acting like a fucking octopus or whatever the fuck it is. And this is like one of those kid-friendly places that's just like fun. It's just dumb fun. Like you dress up. I dressed up like a crab and I was crabbing all over the place. And oh, I didn't get a picture of it, but they have someone who's with the camp. Like they have the person doing like the guided tour, but they also have like a person in full scuba gear, like inside the tank, like squeegeeing the walls of the tank, like cleaning it. Just like faking cleaning the inside of the tank, and you can fuck with that person. It's great. It was dumb kid, childish fun. This is our setup. This is the Second Wind Pirate Cafe. We're closed at the moment, but this is shortly before we open. We all dressed up like pirates and pirate adjacent things, and we served coffee, sometimes Irish coffee, from 9 to midnight. It was great. And she looks like a proper wench. Now she looks like a slutty wench, which, I'm not going to say it doesn't do it for me, because it does. It absolutely does. And there's me in my pirate outfit. Yar, har, har. Yeah. And there's our little sign. Second Wind Pirate Cafe. And I think we got a better picture of the entire bar. Maybe. From further away. Nope. Oh, these are two first timers. We took their picture with their permission. Like, oh, it's your first time out. This dude was from Britain. And this chick, I believe, I didn't ask her, but she had a distinctly Scandinavian accent. So she was either from Finland, Sweden, or Norway, or Denmark. But that was her first time burning. It was great. We don't charge anything. No one charges Denver native. That's the thing about Burning Man. No one charges for anything. It's all gifts. It's a gift-based economy. Meaning you come over, we give you what our gift is. Like sometimes it's coffee, sometimes it's fried bologna, sometimes it's liquor, and you just give it. You just give it out. No money exchanges hands except for ice. And that's set up by the org, because you have to have ice out there. But other than that, no money at all. It is, yeah, it's very socialist. You know, what's mine is yours. You give me a little of your thing, I give you a little of my thing. There we go. This is what it, like when we got a little busier. That's what it looks like. Everybody brings, you bring your own cup everywhere you go. Because a lot of places, in fact, most places, they don't supply you with a cup. So you bring your own cup, and it's safer that way as well. If you bring your own cup, so no one's like, you always have it on you, no one's like secretly dosing you or whatever. So like, you bring your own cup, and usually, if you're smart, you have a photo ID, like photocopy of your ID, you have it taped to your cup. I have mine taped to my mug. It's a colored copy of my Colorado ID. So if they serve alcohol and you want some, they will card you. So you can show your ID and get the liquor. Yeah. Denver native, thank you for the sub dub.
Hail Berserker!
How many rubs or tugs did you gift while you were there? I didn't gift any, but there were a lot being thrown around. Trust me, half of our camp were either bisexual, pansexual, or just straight up gay, like men. So there was a lot of that being handed out throughout the week. Is it any harder carding foreign folks ID? Not really, because numbers are pretty universal everywhere, right? You might not be able to read the thing, but you can see like birth dates. So a lot of people had their passport photocopied, like, and pasted on their mugs and shit. So, and also, I'll be honest with you, you get carded, but if you have an ID, we're not bartenders, so we're not checking like super hard. I just look for like anything with 2003 or lower. That's all I was really looking for. So like, all right, 2003. I barely even look at the picture. I'm like, close enough. Just the fact that you check the ID is all they really care about. Leon Lemon Logic, thank you for the 10 months. Yeah, I know, 2003 is 21. I fucking know, dude. Stop lying. You take that back. Yeah. But yeah, that's what we did all night. That was our gift to the playa, was giving people late night coffee and if they wanted to, Irish coffee with whiskey in it. Yeah. And here's us enjoying ourselves and laughing. We are laughing. We are having a good time. Someone is stoned, and I'm not going to say which one. Someone is looking at what they want to drink, and it's not coffee. Holy shit, that picture turned out really cool. Wow, that's a neat picture. I never saw this. I didn't see this one when I was looking through them. I went through them real fast to take out all the boobies and naked butts. Where would you rate this year's Burning Man experience amongst the others? Well, here's the thing. It's difficult, if not impossible, to beat your first time out. So, my first time out not only made me love what was going on out there, but it also changed my life for the better. So, even though like this particular time out was probably the second best burn of my life, it'd be fucking hard to beat my first one, man. Just, if I'm being honest, it just was an experience that I'll never forget. But this one, was awesome. It was really, really good. Because we both knew what we were doing. We both sunk into it. We both knew exactly what we wanted to get out of it. We put exactly that much effort in. It was fucking wonderful. My first one was 2013. 11 years ago. That was my first one. So this makes 6 for me. Yeah, this was the first normal one that wasn't rained out, but it was magical and special for a different reason. But like, I expect you want me to be honest about it. And if Katie had gone out there without me before that, and I would not be offended if she said like, the times out here with you were magical and special and wonderful, but my first time was just completely, it's just different. I get it. But her first time out there was with me. So I hope. But this one was like, it was like, I don't know how to explain it. It's completely different. It's comparing apples and oranges, you know? It's like my first time out like blew my fucking mind. This time was awesome and wonderful, and I had someone to share it with. So it's like the difference between like, okay, I'll put it to you this way. I have 2 favorite movies. One is for my mind and one is for my heart. My mind says The Godfather. Technically, almost perfect movie. Wonderful. But my heart says Transformers, the movie from 1986. My mind was blown at the first Burning Man, but my heart was filled at this one. You see what I'm saying? Different thing. Anyways. Did you go for the whole week? We left on Sunday during Temple Burn. God, these are really cool images, and they were cool on accident. I think the camera was like maybe blurred because there's dust on it or something. Oh, this guy. I forgot to even tell a story about this guy. This guy had a wild time at Burning Man. Like his bike broke down and he had some people like to help him and shit like that. And he needed a tool. Like I had a hex key, Allen wrench, and he needed his bike fixed. And he was like, man, I just need to fix my handlebars. I was like, dude, I got you. So I go back and get my tool set. I bring him out an Allen wrench. He's like, oh my God, that's so awesome. And he retightens his handlebars because his handlebars were all loose. Retightens his handlebars or something of that nature. And he's like, dude, thank you so much. And he's like, I know you're not doing it for this. I know like Burning Man gift-based economy, you know, stuff like that. It's not this for that. But if you will allow me, I want to gift you something. And dude like reaches into his pack and he's like, do you like mushrooms? And I'm like, sometimes. He's like, you don't do them a lot? I was like, no, I don't do them a lot. I was like, all right, I'll give you a fair amount. I was like, all right. So he reaches into his like little like Ziploc baggie and he pulls out like a little tiny handful, enough to probably get me fucking high. A little tiny handful of mushrooms. He goes, here you go, dude. I was like, oh, that's so sweet of you. Thank you so much. I was like, no problem, man. They're really good. They're not super potent, so it's not gonna knock you on your ass. But like, thank you for helping me fix my bike. And I was like, that's so crazy, dude. Thank you very much. And then we talked for a little bit. We took a couple of photos and then he rode away. Never saw him again. And although it was super thoughtful and they probably were fine, I threw him away. Because one of the abiding rules of Burning Man, no matter how nice the guy, if they're a stranger to you, you don't take drugs from them. But it was really sweet. And they're probably fine. But it's just too dangerous. No, this was his bike. He had this cool, like, It's a Zion bike or something, but it's like, it was lit up like Tron. It was really cool. His electric bike. It was neat. Oh, this was another couple. This was her first burn and his like 6th or 7th or something like that. And they were just hilarious and awesome. And we had fun just like joking around with them. She was like super nerdy, snarky, like just witty. And he was just like this easygoing older dude. They were really cool. I don't remember their names, but I remember like, I want to take a picture with you guys. You guys are really cool. They're like, okay. Yeah. He's not an Aussie though. No, he's not. They're both Americans. Or putting on really great American accents. Oh, this is the not a pirate ship, but a replica of a British naval vessel that was lit up and sailing across the playa at night. Really cool. I don't mean to sound insensitive, but it's Katie lost a lot of weight. She doesn't notice, but I keep telling her she has. Yes, I believe so. She didn't lose it. Her weight left her and went to me. So it's not lost. I found it. But yes, I believe, and you'll see later on, I believe she's gotten thinner. But I have not. God, these blurry pictures, but man, that thing was cool. Huge. Like they built it on the back of like a bus or something. They do that a lot. Insane. Oh, remember before, if you were still here 5 hours ago or whatever, remember I showed you the picture of the eye? This is what it looked like when it was in full fucking force. This huge eye with these cool fucking visuals. These are air oh God, what are they called? Aerial people? Like they do aerial, like they have like a strand of cloth and they do like aerialists. There you go. They're aerialists. And they were doing like these cool like poses with like the strand of cloth and stuff like that. It was so fucking cool. And it was so goddamn loud. Oh my God, this was the loudest sound camp. And it was stationary, but it was the loudest camp I've ever been to. It was boom, 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 boom. You could feel that shit rattling your fucking rib cage. It was so fucking loud. And they had all these like images on the side of like Alice in Wonderland themed things. Fucking crazy. They're like that. Oh my God. So, okay, that's later. Okay, so brief story about this night. So this was the second to last night. This was Saturday night, I believe, or Friday night. After our shift, I go out there and I have been drinking all night because I've been on shift and I was being a pirate and I was drinking whiskey with the people who came up to our cafe. And I was having little sips of whiskey all night. So I was kind of lit up by that point. And then I started to feel like the alcohol sort of like take hold. I was like, oh, getting a little drowsy. Of course, someone in my camp who will remain nameless came up to me and was like, oh yeah, I heard you felt a little drowsy. Would you like a bump? And I was like, bump? I have no idea what you're talking about. And he was like, oh, you just take this and put this in you. And I'm like, oh, I will take that and put that in me. Whatever that means, no idea. So I take a little bit of that, put it inside me, and I'm ready to ride. Whoa, am I ready to ride? And I ride on out. Whoa, I'm having a great time. 3 fucking plus miles from our camp, all the way out to this, which was at the trash fence. And like I said, that's the eye. That's where it is, at the trash fence, the border of Burning Man. All the way down here to center camp is 3 miles. And then it's even a little bit more, like maybe half a mile back to our camp. So we went 3.5 miles on our bikes all the way out to this eyeball, out at the edge of the fucking Burning Man. But it was a quick trip. It didn't seem like that long. So we went out there and we were fucking dancing and having a great time. And I'm drunk and I'm bumped. And I'm like, yeah, let's go. Wee woo, wee woo. And then I get it in my head. Stupid. Very stupidly. I said, hey, babe. As Katie is standing right next to me. Hey, babe. I'm in a mood. Bad sign. First red flag. I'm in a mood. Can I see your vape? And she was like, so I hit that shit and nothing came out. I was like, she's like, no. You got to really pull off it. I'm like, okay. And it all goes down deep into my lungs. And it sits there and it scorches every little whatever tendril of fucking thing I have in my lungs. And I start immediately just like every third cough is almost a puke. And she's like, are you okay? I'm fine. No, it's fine. I'm just a little. And it would not stop. So eventually, very calmly, because she wasn't worried, because I wasn't going to die out there. It was just one of those like recurring things, it's like sneezes that you can't stop. It's like, I didn't feel sick. But it was one of those like, I can't stop sneezing, I can't stop coughing and puking or dry heaving. I just couldn't stop. It was like, she's like, okay, maybe we go home. And someone else from our camp was there with us. And he wanted to go home too because his lower back was really bothering him. It was Link, our camp lead actually. His lower back was really bothering him. So she was like, why don't we all just go back to camp? And at that point, I was probably twice, if not 3 times, as stoned as I'd ever been in my entire 44 years on this earth. I was so out of it, I was barely verbal. Like I hit that point and I was just like, she resorted to like, just nod. Do you want to go back to camp? Was that a yes? Mm-hmm. So, we got on our bikes. 3.5 mile ride back to our camp. Now, a couple of things I had forgotten. Well, one big thing, I guess, that I had forgotten about what THC does to this guy, it makes everything take forever. For some reason, time slows down, it doesn't mean anything anymore, and everything seems to take so fucking long. So, we, like a lot of people do, out in the middle of the playa, you look for this guy. You look for the man, because the man is your beacon. Once you get there, you could probably find your way home. So, we started riding for the man. And we did. And I think we rode towards the man. Part of me is still out there riding towards the man. Because it took about 3.5 years. for us to get from where we were to the man. However, before we got to the man, oh, I forgot to tell you. That it's set up, I forgot to put a major landmark on there. So the man is here. The temple is always behind the man, always behind the 6 o'clock position. So the temple is 12 o'clock. So before we get to the man, about 2.5 years into our bike ride, we actually go by the temple. And I end up taking pictures. Not before that, I took a picture of this cool ass fucking like Chinese dragon fucking art car that was so amazing that it blew my dick up my ass. That was cool. Yep, there were people dancing, changing colors. It was booming sound. This is me beforehand. Before the puke extravaganza that happened. Oh, this was I did take a good non-blurry picture. Good job, me. Way to go. This was about the time where I was like, you know what? I'm in a mood. Yep, okay. So shortly after this picture is when I said, hey, you know what? I'm in a mood. So between this picture and this one, about 2.5 years in burning time. Okay. This is the temple from the outside, and it's beautiful. It's like a wicker structure just built up with soft lighting. You could still hear that camp from across the playa because it was loud. Like I said, it was rattling my ribcage. So you could still hear it, but we made it 2.5 years here, made it out to the temple where everybody goes in. It's very solemn. You write stuff on the wall, bring pictures of loved ones that are now no longer with us and blah, blah, blah. But I didn't even think about this until Katie was like, you need to take a picture of the temple. I'm like, okay. So I'm sure some of the people in the temple were like sniffling, like, I miss my doggy. It's so bad. What the fuck is that? Is someone dying out there? Anyways, my doggy, I miss him so. Someone put that animal down, please. I'm trying to say goodbye to my pet. Oh, it was terrible. Tobacco harm, do you have to clean up your puke or the playa, or can you leave it? I didn't actually puke anywhere but in my mouth, which was nice. I mean, not nice, but yeah. As far as puking on the playa goes, it's not encouraged, but it happens. And it's not so bad because food products will generally, rot and dissolve and blow away eventually. But if you can, yes, I suppose you should clean it up. You should gather it up in your hands and put it in a bag or something. But if you're in a bad state of affairs, I wouldn't blame anybody for puking and leaving it. But yeah, that's why, puke into a bag if you can. But yeah, I was dry heaving mostly, but it was loud and really embarrassing. But anyways, so we stopped here. I took a few pictures, and then I was like, pointing at the man. And Link and Katie were, they can handle their shit. So they were talking to each other the whole time, and they were like, we better go. He's not doing so well. I'm like, So they walked about 4 feet ahead of me so I could follow them. Because all I could do was stay awake, keep my eyes on their bikes, and ride after them. And that was the best I could do. So, okay, that's the next day. Okay, so we leave Temple. We get to the man. Almost as soon as we cross the man's path, like, we're like right here-ish. Link's bike pops a flat. So we have already been on the road for 3.5 years by this point. His bike pops a flat and we all stop. And I'm stressing, like, why are we stopping? Why are we not home yet? It's been 3.5 years. Why have we not gotten home? And so we stop and Katie looks at me and she goes, do you want to get off your bike and help Link and walk our bikes back home? And I sat there and didn't say anything because my brain was debating on, like, is this the time where I need to be selfish and take care of myself and get home? Can I get home from where I am? And by the time I got there, like, I was trying to think of all the options. She just looks at me and goes, we're getting off our bikes and we're walking. And I went, mm-hmm. So I get out off my bike and we proceed to take another year and like maybe 2 months to get from where we were back to our camp. And then, being the wonderful person that she is, well, real quick, JHTM, thank you for the 10 gifted subs. To Ati Dino, Blue Duden, You're Born to Die, Saltimer, Eek, QP 1990, Libov, fuck, that's a weird one. Angelic Lone Wolf, Lord of the Cheese, Kure, Son Goku, and Doomchasm.
Hail Berserkers!
So, all told, it took us around 5 years from the eye to back to our camp. We get back to our camp. I'm sitting there trying my hardest to lock my bike up. Wow, I'm like, why? It won't do. It won't do the thing. I got the word, and it was a word lock. You've seen those locks with words? Because they're easy to remember, right? So my word was something like stay, S-T-A-Y or something. So I'm like, why won't you? It looks right. And I swear to God, it took another year just to get my bike unlocked and then relocked. I got it though. I eventually got it. And Katie was sitting there letting me do it because she knew if she took over for me, I might be like, I got it. So she was just like sitting there patiently waiting with her elbow on her seat. Like, not saying a word. I'm just like, I want to do it. The thing I was supposed to do, the word is right. I want to get in there. Do the thing. Finally got it out. Locked it back up. She took me back into the into our Jeep, which we had dubbed from previous years doing stuff, illicit substances, our safe dark place. That was just for us, which just was the back of our Jeep that we had made into a bed. So we got into our safe dark place and she tucked me in and she gave me cookies and beef jerky, and she made us dinner, which at that time we had like one of those boil in the bag stroganoffs, Mountain Man stroganoffs, dehydrated meals, and she fed me like a child. She boiled the water and she put it in the bag and she was like, here you go. I'm like, and I did not want to move any part of my body, least of all my head. So every time I was ready for another bite, I shit you not, I did the Clockwork Orange. I was like, and she would shovel another bite in my mouth and I'd chew it. And then I go, and open my mouth again. And then she'd put it in my mouth. And eventually.
Did she baby bird you?
No, she didn't. She did not chew it up and then spit it in my mouth. I was coherent enough to chew, or at least mouth it. And stroganoff is pretty like, it's noodles. So I was like, you can just mash it against the roof of your mouth, which is what I did. And then I finally got tired enough. And so Katie and I are used to sleeping with like a show on or something like that. Some sort of white noise. So we brought her iPad out there, her iPad. And we put on, God, what were we watching? Labyrinth, I think it was. So we put on Labyrinth, and I sat there in my little spot, eating stroganoff, watching Labyrinth. And I eventually and gratefully drifted off to sleep. Now, that was that night. I have one more night to tell you about, but we'll go through the pictures until we get there. Labyrinth. Is there another one besides the David Bowie one? Did they remake Labyrinth without telling me? Yes, it was the David Bowie one with Jennifer Connelly, Jim Henson. Oh no! If it was Pan's Labyrinth, I would have said Pan's Labyrinth. No. There's our little newlywed all tuckered out from the night before, walking our bikes back. 5 years it took us to get back to the camp and find Ben. He looks pretty good for being 5 years older, I'll tell you that. And this is his. We got the fan. It was super hot, super hot. Yeah, these are those Japanese work boots that Katie loves so much that Kevin actually gave her a pair that fit her. Yeah, it's super hot out there, so this is the solar powered portable fan that I talked about earlier. They're great. You just put the panel on top of the shade structure, and then you plug it once it's done charging or filling up, you plug it into the fan. The fan charges and blows up. It's great. Another little excellent list of things that I want to bring for next year. And this is us all tuckered out from the night before. Everybody's just relaxing, napping, fanning themselves. And this is a good shot of our actual shade structure. So you have a communal area where all the chairs and couches and whatever inflatable shit is all set up, and around the edges is where people have their tents and stuff. I think that's a giraffe, because there was in fact an art car that was a giraffe, and I think that was its head. But more so, the sunset was pretty cool through the clouds. And we took a picture in front of it because we're mushy like that. Oh, and this was getting close. I think this was towards the end of our trip because the cafe has been broken down. So you build it up on Sunday and then you break it down on Sunday as well. That's what the Sundays are usually for at Burning Man. The first Sunday you build your shit. Last Sunday you break your shit down. Yeah, and the smiley caravan in back. Yeah, that's nice. It's like, yeah, look at that. And this was one. This is one of the porta potties. People just do this randomly. Like, someone decorated this porta with like solar powered balls that lit up. Put like all kinds of different soccer stuff, movies, Ted Lasso, stuff like that. Did I take a picture of the urinal? No, I didn't. In the urinal, right here, there was a soccer ball and a net in the urinal, so you could pee the soccer ball into the net. It's fucking weird, but yeah. The believe sign from Ted Lasso. Yep. And this was like one out of every porto in Burning Man had like decorations like this. Most of them are just like stinky and bare, but one of them usually has some sort of like theme for some reason. Football, soccer, whatever. I'm American, I say soccer. I'm also American, I say aluminum. Okay? Deal with it. This is my girl in front of the XOXO sign. Because she said, Take a picture of me in front of the XOXO sign. Okay. There you go. Yeah, I said, kick your leg up. And she was like, why? And I was like, I don't know, just do it. Okay. So she did it. Just random. Oh, shit. Oh, this is burn night. This is everybody gathers around for the burning of the man. And this is it. See, there's the man right there. All the art cars, all the people gathered around. Oh, and there's dude, what the fuck? There we go. Okay. Not there. There. Some people, like, in order to build their art structures and stuff like that, they have giant, like, building quality cranes. Like, you know how they, like, pick up giant, like, pieces of structure, I-beams, that kind of shit, to, like, put on a building? They bring that shit out there. And whoever's in charge of it, you can bring it out to burn night, and there's like a people, like, being hoisted up in this little platform thing. So you can watch the burn from, like, way up in the high, in the high. Way up in the high. You can watch that shit. But yeah, it's fucking wild out there, dude. Did she take more videos? Oh, that was just a cool lion art car that we saw. Oh, there's the big the Chinese dragon thing that I talked about before. There's a cool side picture of it. This is us in front of the burn. That's Jeff. He's getting a picture from his lady in front of the man. And believe it or not, neither of us are on drugs right there. Well, neither of us are on drug. No, drugs, plural. Because one of us is on drug. But it's a legal drug in a lot of states now. So yeah, there's the man. We're all waiting for him to go up in flames. That was a bad picture of me kissing my lady. That's a better-ish one of me kissing my lady. There's another one of the man. Oh, I got this picture. This is the best picture I took again. Fucking Abraxas. I got him when he was blowing fire, man. That fucking dragon. If I were to make any art car out there, it would be this art car. This is so fucking cool. I love dragons. I've always been in love with dragons. And his wings, like, are LED screens. So they're like they light up with all kinds of different, like, you know, just visuals and shit. And it blows fire out its mouth. It's fucking amazing, dude. This is Abraxas. Yeah. When they shoot fireworks, there's the... Oh, if anybody can... has a video, they can Google or whatever of the man burn this year. We'll watch that together. You do too, Saku? Yeah. Clouds. Yeah. There's an anime called Burn the Wits that's secretly about dragon ecology. Really? Okay. Yeah. Tons of fireworks going off at all times. The man is already burning. But there was a huge plume of fire that, like, burned it up. Yeah, the fireworks display was fucking awesome. I think that's a pretty sweet pic that I took of the man on fire. Took a couple of them. Yep. Just enjoying ourselves. As one of the members of our camp. Yeah, fire is cool. Fire is cool. Yeah, and before the man burns, like, all around the man, there's these, like, people doing like fire spinners. Like, they have the fire claws and the fire, like, bow staffs and, like, the fire, like, whippy dealies that they whip around themselves and shit like that. They do, like, a dance and stuff. Was this a large story? Did everyone know about it? Oh, the woman who was found dead. No one really knows about that shit until afterwards. Like, there's barely any internet or Wi-Fi out there, so if it's not spread by word of mouth, then no one really knows. Like, there was that one year that a dude ran into the man while it was on fire and killed himself. Like, no one barely knew about it unless you saw him do it. No one knew about it until well after. Yeah. But people don't die out there a lot. Like, I would personally, how kind of like haphazard and dangerous it can be out there, not a lot of people perish out there, honestly. Like, there's a ton of injuries, don't get me wrong. And a ton of people having like bad time trips out there. That happens a lot as well. But as far as actually dying, not a lot. More than I would expect, like, how many people out of 70,000 or 60,000, let's just average 60,000. Out of 60,000 people that go to Burning Man, how many of them do you think die every year? And I would say, like, I don't know, 4 average. It's like less than half of that. Yes, there are medical personnel there. Yep. There's med tents like dotted along the like in strategic places around the Burning Man camp. Yeah, there are med tents. There are freak out tents that are just for bad trips. I can't remember what they're called. I think it starts with an X. It's like Zirzies or something. But they're specifically for people who are having bad drug trips that you can go to. If you can get there or be guided there. Yeah, and there are people there, like, we had a psychiatrist in our camp that volunteered at one of those things. That they're filled with volunteers of people who are just like there to like make sure you're safe, make sure, you know, you're not going to hurt yourself or anybody else, calm you down, maybe give you some Valium or something like that. Like actual doctors. But yeah. More pictures of fire because fire's cool. It's Xeno Project. There you go. Mark's got it. Xeno Project. So it doesn't start with an X. Zendo. It's Zendo. It's a Z because Zen. Doi. Yeah, the Zendo Project. Yeah, people volunteer there for, you know, people who are having a bad time on drugs. Now this might be the most accurate sticker and statement I've ever seen at Burning Man. Sorry for what I said when we were setting up the tent. No fucking shit. Now that could be for setting up not just the tent, but setting up anything. Because everybody hates setup. It's fulfilling, don't get me wrong. It is super fulfilling once you get it built and you can look at like, this is the structure we built together. It's great. But during, fuck, it sucks. And no one likes it. Everybody just wants to party. But you have to build shit before you go party. And that's when tensions run really high. Is when you're like, I want to go out and party, but we got to set up our tent and our camp and shit like that. So you start getting real snippy with people. Yeah. No, it's the first day out there. If you're a part of a camp and you don't like, I'm not talking about the people who have like a super easy, like, I'm free camping and I just pop up my pop-up tent. Not talking to you. I'm talking to people who actually have to set up a camp or set up a tent that's not just like a more complex tent or something like that. Something you have to actually work on and build with your hands. That shit. People get a little irritated with each other. It's like, you see someone taking a break when you're working, you're like, get off your fucking ass and help us build this shit. Yeah. It gets a little edgy. Yeah. Day of no friends, exactly. But honestly, that doesn't happen. Like, it's just everybody's on edge a little bit because everybody's like, we're here, we want to be here, but we can't yet. You know, it's like the kid who's like, You can have an ice cream cone, but you got to finish your fucking vegetables. And you're just like, God damn it, I want to finish my vegetables and want that ice cream. And I got to do this dumb shit before I get my ice cream. Same kind of idea. Yeah, and the common like response to someone if they get snippy with you is fuck your burn. That's a common thing thrown around. It's like, you know, it's the thing that you say to someone if you want them just to fuck off. He's like, fuck your burn, dude. Because, you know, it's like, I hope you have a bad time out here. I hope you spent all this money and all this time getting out here and you have a bad time. So it can be pretty insulting. But yeah, exactly. Sorry for what I said when we're setting up the tent. That you get that sentiment right. Then this is a good group shot of most all of us. Just relaxing before we have to break everything down and go home. Let's see. We're getting close to the end here. And then I'll answer your questions because there's a lot of questions there's a shitload apparently. That I have not even seen yet. So these are our camp leads. They're the ones who got Playa married. Captain and first mate. Kevin and Link. And this is us on the last day. Can you tell we haven't showered? Can you see like where the sweat ends and the dirt stays? You see this like little ring around my neck here? Can you see like the fucking dust and shit? Like, yeah. Well, and then the thing is like, you either don't stink that much out there or you don't notice it. Because I was diligent. I put on deodorant. I washed under my armpits and my crotch and my butt. I washed those every day with cloths, with wipes, and I put on deodorant every day. It's like I didn't forget my hygiene while I was out there. I brushed my teeth every day for the important bits. You know, I didn't wash my entire body every day, but I did wash the pits, the crotch. Well, what does George Carlin say? Asshole, armpits, crotch, and teeth. That's what I washed every day. The rest of it, meh. I'll shower when I get home or get to the hotel. Is the dust like sand? No, it's not sand at all. It's dust. It's like chalk dust. When it gets wet, it gets real sticky. That's why it kind of sticks to you. But yeah, that was us enjoying the last day. Yeah. This is us with Jeff and Jetty. And oh, there's us. That's the final picture from Burning Man. The next pictures are just fun pictures for you guys that I wanted to show off my lady. Oh yeah, this is the butt to match the face. You didn't really see her face a lot, but that was the butt, side by side butt. That's her. That's her face. I think that's... Is it bad that I took way more pictures of her ass than I ever did of her face? She got a great donker. Saying that. And she consented. She was fine with it. All right. So these are just little treat pictures. This is our back at the Comfort Inn in Fallon. And baby went swimming. And look at baby. Good God. Look at that lady. That's mine. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah. So you know kind of why I want to lose weight now? I want to keep this, you know? I would love to keep that. And that's the last picture. Is Burning Man in our rear view, but also... Oh, thank you, Nightcrawler. Burning Man in our rear view, but also the sky was like, there's a dust storm that we saw in the back. in the background happening. Yeah. Yeah, it did. All right. A good video of the burn. Okay. This is it. Let me turn this down. The man burns. There's the huge, look at that. That huge plume of fire. Oh, it's like edited. Okay. I didn't realize this was like an edited, like semi-professional video. Oh. Well, no thanks then. There we go. Yeah, so he starts shooting like fireworks out of his hands. Grows the flaming wings. Yeah, we're gonna do a little fast forward magic.
Love watching these Burning Man recaps. Thanks Zeke Love.
You're welcome, Chris. I'm glad you guys like them. I really am. I really like sharing this shit with you guys. Now, bear in mind, this is at 2 times speed, so they weren't really going this fast. TwitchCon this year is in San Diego, Whale's Vagina. Yeah. I mean, the link is in chat if you want to check it out, but I just want to see that huge, like... that huge plume of fire again. So yeah, it's a hell of a fireworks display. They put on a hell of a fireworks display every year. Okay, this is closer to it. Here we go. Sides blow off some fire. Now watch this. The man is fucking big. Here it comes. Yeah. Fucking huge fireball, dude. You can feel the heat off that thing like from 100 yards away. That huge plume of smoke, you could feel like. One year I was like as close as you could get pretty much, and it was too fucking hot. It was so hot. Oh my God. I didn't think like fire, like I'm used to like campfires and stuff. You gotta be pretty close to really like start to feel the heat. I didn't realize how exponentially like the heat goes out from what seems like a tiny fire. Like it's, or like far away fire. But yeah. Yeah, the fireworks are just, they're amazing. And there it is. Fully on fire. Huge bonfire. And you see all the volunteers standing around. They're watching. They are watching so hard because they do not want a repeat of that one incident. They are ready to tackle the fuck out of anyone who decides that they want to get in there. Oldest person you met at Burning Man. Good question, Bob Frapples. When we were doing the ice, I don't know if you were here for that, but we volunteered for the ice. Arctica is where you buy ice. It's the only thing you can buy there. And camps volunteer for a couple of reasons. One, you get to keep the tips from people, but also you get ice. They give you ice in order to do it. There's the man falls. But during our shift from the other, because there was 2 camps volunteering that day, the Pirate Camp and Sweaty Betty's. And Sweaty Betty's is a camp where they set up like little stations where you can wash it's a partner washing station. Meaning like they have little sinks and stuff that you can wash your partner's hair in if you want to and stuff like that. So they don't do it for you, they just give you the means to do it, which is cool. But the Sweaty Betty camp came over and was volunteering with us. 80-year-old professor, like former professor of like, I don't know, sociology, philosophy, something. And he was slanging ice, 80 years old. That was the oldest guy I met out there. And he was taking 1 bag of ice at a time, but he was fucking doing it. And it was awesome. And it was his first burn. It was his first time out. That's all he wanted to do with the rest of his life was experience shit. And this was one of his things. He's like, I want to go to Burning Man. So he went to Burning Man. It was great. It was really cool. And he was wearing like old guy khakis, but he had like a tie-dye shirt on the top. It was fucking great.